Hey, welcome to Chapter 3 of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This chapter is called Attack by Stratagem. He begins this chapter by stating that it is better to take an entire country as a whole and intact than to completely destroy it. And it is better to capture an entire army whole and intact than to completely destroy it as well. Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. And therefore, the most superior strategy is when you defeat them without fighting, followed by beating them in a battle, and with the worst strategy being attempting to break into walled cities. A siege like that will only slaughter your men with a low probability of success. This more superior method is called the method of stratagem, and Sun Tzu describes it like this. With his forces intact, he will dispute the mastery of the empire, and thus, without losing a man, his triumph will be complete. Now, let's think in regards how we should adjust our strategy to our size in comparison to the size of the enemy. If the ratio of us to the enemy is 10 to 1, then we should surround them. If the ratio is 5 to 1, we should attack them. If the ratio is just 2 to 1, we are just double of them, we should split our army in half. If the playing field is even, then we should offer battle. If they have a slight advantage to us, then we should avoid them. And if we are way at the disadvantage, then we should flee. Now let's think about the importance of the general. There are 3 ways that a general or ruler or leader can bring misfortune. First, by commanding the army to advance or retreat while being ignorant of the fact that the army is unable to follow their orders. The second is by trying to govern the army as one would govern a kingdom, without taking into account the unique nature of an army and the mentality of the soldiers. And 3, by being unable or unwilling to adjust, by employing your officers indiscriminately, by not taking into account individuals or changing circumstances. Being stuck with poor leadership can lead an army to becoming distrustful and restless. And of course, this can lead to chaos and sabotage victory. And therefore, there are 5 essentials that we should take into account in order to pursue victory properly. First, know when to fight and know when not to fight. 2, understand how to handle superior forces and how to handle inferior forces. 3, have the same level of spirit echoed through all of the ranks of your army. 4, having prepared yourself, wait until the enemy is unprepared. This certainly relates to the danger of being hot-headed, as talked about in Chapter 1. 5, have military capacity and not be interfered with by the sovereign, or the ruler of the country back home. And in conclusion, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a happy holiday season, and I will see you guys in 2020 for the next part of The Art of War.